Well, good morning from Ralph's house. Odd angle, and the reason it's such an odd angle, why I sound a bit odd, is because I'm laying in the path. And I was told there was a bat buzzer in here. But if there is, where is it? And this is much further up the chimney. And if it is, I'm not pulling these bricks out and going any further. I think that's just a fluke, and there's nothing else in here. One of the things that did arrive today was all this LED tape. I've got about 15 metres of it, and quite a sophisticated remote control for that. This is all, well, it's going in two rooms. It's going in the front bedroom. Not quite sure I'm going to use that, probably for accent lighting. But the 10 metre length is going in my son's room, which I think I mentioned a while ago is going to become a kind of man cave. And I'm going to do something special with his lighting in there. I've got a couple of ideas, but what I'm not going to do is just tape it around the walls. It's just a bit unimaginative. So I've come up with something a bit more sophisticated that will really make his room look modern. If you remember, I've been putting two cables down this wall, and it's for a double switch for this particular room. This is my son's room. It's going to be his man cave, and it'll go with all that LED lighting. One of the switches will do that. One does another wall light. Did sort of think of a central light, but you know, it's something, you know, every house has got light in the middle of the room, and just wanted to be a bit more imaginative here. But I'm particularly framing this because my other half said that light switch doesn't look square. But she did say it might have been the camera angle, and that's actually right, it was the camera angle because it is level. And so that's all ready. It'll be nice when it's done. Yeah. So that's that part done. I don't really have to do anything to that cable. But what I have got to do is get the ceiling rose in. Now, it won't actually function as a ceiling rose. All it's going to be doing is providing power. And the reason for that is this is where the LED panel is going to go. I'll just turn my torch off for a minute. I'll stand back a bit. And I'll try and do this with my finger. If you imagine a wooden frame on the ceiling, square, you know, excuse my angle, and round the outside of it you run LED tape, which is powered from the ceiling, and then over the top of that it'll either be a hardboard sheet, because you don't want LED strip lighting right in your eyes because it's very glaring, or I have got in the garage, which my father may have bought for some job and didn't use it, but you know that polycarbonate roof sheeting, it's sort of made of box channels, that kind of stuff. And I thought, well, I'll try it, but we'll see if actually fastening that up would sort of diffuse the lighting off, but give it a really modern look. Well, we'll have to see, but that's the plan for that. But today the job is cleaning up. I desperately need to have a good clean up and tidy up, get all my tools put away, and then I can start attacking things. Like for instance the ring main, which I need to get running under these boards today. I don't really like lifting floorboards, but it's a job that's got to be done. So today is really a tidy up day. So well, let's see what happens to this room once I've tidied up. Yeah, that's better. Well, it's better than it was. I've got to get this carpet gripper still around this room. I've got to get rid of that because he's going to have the final floor, and of course all the grit and dust is sort of sitting behind it. I can't quite get to it, so I shall have to get that out today. Yes, I think to start with what we'll do is I'll get my dust mask on, we'll get that window open, and we'll do a bit more sanding, at least on the areas I can get to, and try and aim to get about 3/4 of this room ready to paint today. So that's it, I shall be back shortly. Well, I've just drilled a hole in the ceiling for the ceiling rose, because it was over by the window, which is a bit daft, but that's the way they did it. And I am told now, because I did wonder, I thought it was because people sat with their, you know it's like in the 1930s and 40s, people had dressing tables at windows, didn't they, you know, and I presume that was why the light was there, but no, not so. It was put there for privacy reasons. because if the light is in front, you don't get silhouetted against the window, naked or otherwise. So that's why they put the lights there. These days we don't bother, we've got big thick curtains, or we don't care. But anyway, that's now in there. So I'm going to go home because I'm a bit covered in plaster dust and sort of losing the will to live. So I'll call it a day for today. I'm not sure what the time is. I think I've probably finished early. But that's it from Ralph's house today. Not a lot. But I am getting all the cables through now, and that's a good start. This one's all connected. It just needs a live feed to it now. And I think, just to start with, before I connect all this new lighting loom into the new fuse box, I will probably run it off a 13 amp plug plugged in on this floor somewhere. So at least I've got a lighting system, and it works. And then at some point I can run that into the new fuse box, because there's no real load on it anyway. That won't be a problem running off a plug as a temporary measure anyway. And then we've got a new lighting loom, and then I can cut out all the old wires, of which there isn't much, certainly up in the loft. It's just a bit of a fight with all that loft insulation. It's thick and doesn't really want to bend or roll up or anything. It just sort of jumps back at you. So that's you know, a bit of a bind when I go up there. But if I get all this new lighting loom in and in place, I should be okay. That one's a bit more complicated because that one's using, it isn't using ordinary lighting cable, it's using a thing called 3-core and earth. So you have your brown, your blue, and an extra colour, I forget what it is, it yellow I think, and an earth. So that's so that you can turn the light off from up here and down there. That's why you have a different cable for that, so you can switch it in 2 places. And I don't have any 3-core and earth at the moment to be able to do that, which is a bit of a nuisance, but with a bit of luck my brother-in-law may come up trumps on that, you never know. If not, I'll have to go and buy a whole reel of it just for that one job. A bit annoying, but there you go. Anyway, that's enough for today. I'm gonna go outside, chill out by the pond, and look at the fish. Well, I would look at the fish, but there's only one fish. And not only that, I doubt you can see him. We'll have a go. He's hiding at the back of that pot. You can see him? That's him. He hides down there. That's it. And at some point I'm going to tackle all this. Actually, to be fair, in the summer it did look very, very good. Albeit overgrown, and my other half insisted it was hacked back, so now we've got an ugly fence to look at. I don't know, what can you do? But this is nice. Smells lovely. Oh, yeah. So we didn't hack that back, it wanted a light pruning. I'm very lucky that I've got a knowledgeable gardener who came and sorted all this for me. Yeah, anyway, that is it from Ralph's house, and see you again.